How to determine directions without a compass. Stick with me, let me show you how. Hey, this is JB with Going Wild here, working on Field Expedient. It's ways in the field to determine direction. Okay, we've got a few different ways here. Of course, the most obvious is the sun rises in the east, travels at a southerly arc, and sets in the west. Okay, so we know that. At nighttime, we have Polaris, the North Star, sets still. The rest of the stars rotate around it so it doesn't move. So it's always true north. Once again, we're finding true north in these ways, not magnetic north, which depending on declination, the magnetic north varies depending on where you live. Okay, next we have the moon. Okay, when the moon is a crescent, we have the 2 points. You draw a line across the 2 points, and where it meets the horizon, that is south. And in the southern hemisphere, they don't have the Polaris, that's northern hemisphere. But in the southern hemisphere, they have the Southern Cross, which lets you know which way south. Okay, but also the moon itself, we can tell. Since we know the sun sets in the west, when the moon rises, okay, it's going to be catching light from the sun. So the side of the moon that's illuminated will be west. Later at night, sometimes you don't see the sun or the moon until later at night, at midnight or so, the moon's up here and the sun's coming up in the east. So the side that's illuminated will be east. But the best, most reliable way that I've found is with what they call the shadow tip method. For this, we'll need a stick, fairly straight, about 3 feet long, waist high or so. Next, we need 2 objects to mark the direction or the shadow tip, the tip of the shadow cast by the stick in the sunlight. And also you need time, because it takes average 30 minutes for an accurate reading. You can do 15 minutes, but it's not going to be as accurate. If you wait an hour, that's even more accurate. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is get a nice open area where we can get lots of sun for at least an hour. Hammer the stick into the ground. Doesn't have to be deep, just nice and sturdy where it's not going to fall down or move. You can use a rock in the field to hammer that in. Then we take the tip of the shadow. Let me point down so you can see that. You take the tip of the shadow. I'm going to take my first marker, which is always west, determined by the sun, movement of the sun. And I'm going to mark the very tip of the shadow here. Okay, so now what we need is time. So we're going to wait 30 to 45 minutes and see what happens. So I'll catch you on the flip side. All right, this is JB back with you here with our shadow tip method of finding north, our Field Expedient method. Okay, it's been about 45 minutes or so. So let's check it out. I'm going to grab the camera here. We're going to walk over. Clear the ground a little bit there. Find our shadow tip here. We'll mark it there. You see? Okay. I'm going to take out my compass. And you want to put your left foot on your first marker. That's west. Get my compass out. Left foot on the first marker. Left foot on the first marker. Right foot on the second marker. Okay. Make sure there's no metallic objects around the compass, hold it flat out in front of you. You can see the compass here. Looks like it's showing 10 degrees or close to 10 degrees. But it looks the same as the NOAA weather station. Same angle. All right, checking with NOAA, the NOAA channel. The declination in this area is 9.1 degrees. And so that's accurate. Better than I thought, actually. And anyway, this is JB with Go On Wild. Remember to hit like and subscribe. And also remember to get outside and go wild.